Hello, I'm Steve Restad, and I'm the chairman of Sonoma Coast Trauma Treatment, a 501c3 nonprofit public charity. And we're doing this GoFundMe campaign because we're facing a need greater than any need we've ever faced in the history of the nonprofit. We serve so many people whose needs are greater right now in the COVID-19 crisis. Sonoma Coast Trauma Treatment does very many programs, and we serve many groups of people. Too many for me to describe right now, but somebody who can describe it is Dr. Peter Bernstein, and I'd like him to speak with you right now.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for the nice introduction. I'm here today to talk about a very worthy cause, and it's the Sonoma Coast Trauma Treatment Program. Well, I can speak from my heart. We're talking about helping first responders and caregivers and their families and loved ones. I can probably empathize with that more now than I've done in the last 50 years in my work, because I'm a caregiver for my wife who's facing the last journey of her life. And I now understand better than ever what caregivers and their families and first responders go through, and the stress and the pain that they are under when they do such caring, giving work. What we're really interested in is helping the caregivers. We've been doing it through Sonoma Coast Trauma Treatment, helping them to restore themselves, helping their families, helping families who are in need of caregivers. I've never had more empathy or compassion for what families go through, what caregivers need. So we've been offering training, support, in all kinds of ways. I think one of the things we're also finding is that many families can't afford caregivers and are desperately in need. Family members are doing the caregiving, they're getting sick. I think there's a percentage rate, the chances of their dying before the person they're taking care of is over 63%. As a caregiver myself, I now can understand why that can happen. The distress is just exhausting and depleting and painful. But it's also very fulfilling work. I've never been more fulfilled in my life. I've never worked with more fulfilled people as other caregivers. But right now we want to make sure that Sonoma Coast Trauma Treatment gets funding. It needs more funding and more charitable giving so that we can take care of and provide for those families and caregivers and first responders in need. So we're reaching out to you today. We've used up much of our money in our coffers helping families pay for caregivers. So now we're looking to refill those coffers because more people are coming to us than ever before, particularly during this critical time, during the COVID-19, forgive me, that pandemic. It's not even an epidemic. And we're seeing such tremendous need that we know there is a crisis here. There's a critical time that we've got to come through for these folks, and we don't want to let them down. I want to thank you today for all you can do to help these folks by making generous contributions or any contribution to help them. You're part of a very worthy cause. I think all of us are now affected by this epidemic and this pandemic. We know what it takes out of us. So whatever you can do, we'd be very grateful for, and it's been good to talk to you today. Stay well.